Just what are we doing, guys? We overplayed our hands. We got caught up in imagination and romanticization. We fooled ourselves, as we do. We place bets and we fool ourselves. We get caught up in the hope. We feed into the juicier narratives. We just constantly fool ourselves in this life. We drink. We live for the weekends. We podcast, we change our attitudes, we say things we'd never say to people in public. Maybe I'm projecting. We just fool ourselves. What the hell did we expect? Of course, Luigi Mangione was going to get caught 230 miles away at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. Of course, that was going to happen. That was going to happen 1,000 times out of 1,000 things that we knew about it on the internet. Of course. We're like, that motherfucker's out of the country. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. But no, reality sank in. And yes, I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. He's going to have very many conjugal visits, at least for the first 3, 4, 5 years of his prison sentence. Maybe for the first one, it's the most by multiple people. And then it's just going to slowly trickle down to fanatics and fans. He's going to get laid for the rest of his life. And I guess if you were rooting for him, that's your Hall of Famer. That's what he gets after his career. Just a couple people that fixated on this slain in broad daylight. No motherfucker who carries a gun with a silencer and a candy bar on their person at 6 a.m. No one's going to get away with that. They're going to get caught at a McDonald's down the street 250 miles. That was always in the cards for him. He had handwritten manifesto. He expressed hatred for corporate greed, yet he blows his cover at Starbucks, corporate greed, and he gets caught at McDonald's, corporate greed. That's not his fault, though. That's certainly not his fault. We're all frustrated with corporate greed, but we're also lazy and we just feed into it. No motherfucker with a weapon with a silencer and a candy bar at 6 a.m. is going to get away with this and flee the country when they should. I wanted this man to be James Bond with a sweet tooth. I did romanticize it. I don't feel good. But I'm also the most eat the rich I've ever been in my entire life. This political cycle broke me. Loser Kamala Harris is going to die much, much richer than all of us. Donald Trump is going to die much, much richer than all of us. If they did get elected, based on their policies, how much of that were they going to do for us? Not much. I do not want to vote until I know what politicians are investing in. And if somebody said, Josh, politicians are investing this and you have all access to the list, part of me would say, hey, let me help my pocketbook before I truly stuck to my roots and whistle blew. It's all in the same thing. That's my version of ending up at McDonald's, frustrated with corporate greed. And the entire world understands the United States healthcare. The entire world is scratching their heads at it. Maybe not the third world countries, but even if they had the access, they would get bent really quickly. That's sad. That's sad. Does somebody deserve to be slain with their back turned and not know what the fuck just happened, why they died? I don't know. I personally think that's the way I'd want to go out. I don't want to have time to conceptualize it, but are we owed that? I think we are. I think we're owed that. Of course, this man was going to get caught. Of course, he didn't flee the country. It was too good to be true. That was too good of a story to just ride the rest of his life and just be this unknown killer. That was not in the playbook. Maybe if he would have printed out his manifesto and didn't handwrite it. I think that's the biggest red flag. You should not be handwriting your fucking manifesto. Me, I speak it in a microphone and upload it to the internet. I think I have a leg up over someone that handwrites it, even if they're smarter. It's just incriminating handwriting your and then carrying it with you and working on it at a McDonald's. I don't know if he was working on it at a McDonald's. Maybe he thought of a line or two. What did we expect? He got caught up. He was thinking with the wrong head, removing his mask at a Starbucks. He fucked up. He fucked up. Didn't change a damn thing. He gave us some laughs. And at that, there's some appreciation for that. We're never gonna rise up in the history of mankind. There's always gonna be somebody richer than you. There's always gonna be a whole class above you. In Neanderthals, I'm sure the guy that had more pointy rocks and sticks, I'm sure he was more liked, and the appeal was much greater than the guy that had some dull rocks and a broken stick. But maybe the opportunist in me says, okay, at least he has two sticks if they're broken, one for each hand. Turn this negative into a positive. We will never eat the rich. We will never. So there's no reason to rise up in the history of the world. There's always going to be a hierarchy. But do some people who really think and feel the need that they act on it, is that a win? Maybe nowadays. We get to laugh it off, make memes. There's gay men commenting on the post right now of Luigi Mangione, and they want the guy. Gay men are hoping he's bicurious. Probably not. Probably comes from a very big Italian family that will not condone that. It's not his fault. It's not his fault he won't sleep with another man. Am I saying he should write it off? No. He should absolutely weigh the thought. He should do whatever he can get to have money. Maybe he can get his manifesto printed and passed around. And maybe more CEOs will die. Are all CEOs bad? Probably not. But think of the big ones. Like I said, the whole world knows the United States healthcare. That's probably a crooked course. A lot of toes and money gets in the way, and it makes you a bad person. Just like what I said, if somebody gave me the access to what politicians are investing in, the same thought would cross my mind. Ooh, maybe I should invest. That thought would cross my mind a little bit before than whistleblowing. Money just does something. We all want to be rich. It's the capitalistic. It's fucked. It's flawed. There's a lot of loopholes. I think if you can exploit loopholes, then you deserve to be rich. I don't know at what cost, though. But we're so conditioned that it makes sense. It makes sense, guys. That's why we wanted a happy ending. But of course, we're not going to play the lottery and make bets and win big and have a life changing sum of money. That's not in the cards, but it's fun to think about. Life's bleak, mundane, and miserable. It's great. It's great exercise to forget how poor I am, how piss poor peon, how much I'm stepped on. It's fun. Puts me to sleep. That's enough. For now. For now, we say. We overplayed our hands yet another time. Yet another time. We rallied behind the memes. Now there's some kids that are going to grow up without a dad, which to that I say, get over it. It's sad, but it happens. Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe I'm being cynical. But when you meet your father for the first time at 7 years old and 47 days later he offs himself, you become cynical for the rest of your life. I I was referred to the club at a very young age. I'm sorry, get over it. It happens. It's only going to make you stronger. Maybe in 10 years there's information you find out about the guy. You're going to be really sad that you cried at night. What I just said, I take everything back. If he was, it was truly a stand-up guy, didn't hurt people in his career. If he has no evidence of that, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry your father died with his back turned to 3 bullets. I don't know. I don't know anything. I just say things. It's sad. Someone else is just going to step right in. It does nothing. Take a penny, leave a penny. The next crooked guy is going to come up. Getting caught at a McDonald's, it was in the script, guys. It was going to happen. That's just how it is. It was going to happen. It was impulsive. It was not as thought out as we thought. It was always going to happen every single time. Which now makes me think maybe the guy didn't deserve to die. I don't know. Maybe he did. Nobody deserves to die like that. I don't think, at least. But it happened. And we're moving forward. And that's it. A 26-year-old is eating a Kit Kat for breakfast, committing a life prison sentence. This motherfucker's alarm goes off at 5:45. He puts on his mask. He puts the gun and silencer in his pocket, and he unwraps a Kit Kat. And by 6 a.m., he slains a man with his back turned against the gun. People who have candy for breakfast are horrible people. They're horrible people. You're allowed to impose judgment, even if you do it. I'm sure when you do it, you're in a pinch. This man was not in a pinch. He had motive. He was at Starbucks. He could have got a breakfast sandwich. I'm more of a fan of the cream cheese Danish, but I understand protein helps. He didn't even go for the bread. He didn't even go for the carbs. He went for the Kit Kat. He went for wafer and chocolate. He rode a bike after he shot somebody 3 times with their back against them. And rode it all the way to Pennsylvania at a McDonald's. Now he's being extradited to New York with a college-ruled notebook paper of a handwritten manifesto. He's a hypocrite. He's having one of those McDonald's Cokes that we're all slaves to. We're all slaves to high fructose syrup. When I weigh in on a final conclusion, I always like to leave doubt. I always like to think things are subject to change. Maybe this guy's alarm didn't ring at 5:45, and then within 10 minutes he was munching a candy bar. Maybe that didn't happen. I'm sure when you carry out an elaborate premeditated plan, you're not going to sleep like a baby. You're trying to make sure all the boxes are checked. I'm sure he was up since 1 a.m. So it almost seems like he's not eating candy for breakfast. It seems like less of a breakfast choice, and he's just killing some time with a snack before he ultimately gets caught and then does hard time. Most of us are wiping the sleep out of our eyes, if not still sleeping at 6 a.m., and he carried out a life prison sentence. It's impressive if he woke up at 5:45, put on the mask and unwrapped a candy bar, and then shot someone 3 times. That's impressive. That's almost enough for me to look the other way and not think he had candy for breakfast. He was treating himself with positive reinforcement before it all went down. I don't know. But I'm on the fence. I leave room. Things are subject to change. I don't know if anyone deserved to die. I don't know if we should all be rallying behind a man who pulled his mask down. And I think we really fed into it because he's a handsome guy. He's easy on the eyes. Many Italian men can be. And does he deserve a Rolling Stone cover? I don't know. I think it would be fucked up if they gave one of the Boston Bombers one and not this guy. That is an iconic image. And then ultimately, an uniconic finish if the guy did deserve it. Somebody deserves it. Somebody deserved to be caught, or somebody deserved to be shot with their back against a weapon and not know how they die. Although I think it's a service, it's not a disservice. You don't want to think about your life. If that man had his face towards the gun, he would have just thought of all the horrible shit he could have done. I don't know. I don't know things. I just say things. So maybe, I don't know. But somebody deserved the outcome. And judging by the fact that he only got 230 miles down the road, gets caught at McDonald's, it was all carried out foolishly. They found chocolate on the gun that matched the gun that killed the guy. Authorities made a stop to Hershey, Pennsylvania and says, does this match a Kit Kat? And they're like, holy shit, it does. Can you please mention that the killer ate Kit Kat? We need a last quarter boost for sales. We noticed you said McDonald's, Starbucks. Could you please help us out a little bit? Tell the world that he ate a Kit Kat. We don't even care if he bit into it and didn't eat it stick by stick. Just please let the American public and the world know that he ate a Kit Kat before he carried out a premeditated death. I think Hershey will do fine without the press. I don't know if the candy bar has been stated. It's just in my mind, it's a Kit Kat. Ultimately, no matter if anybody deserved what, we fooled ourselves yet another time, yet another instance in our life did we fool ourselves. We love a narrative. We love embellishing. And it is nice. But guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. There was going to be no justice in this from the jump. And we just fed into it. And that's how it goes. And that's how it'll continue to go. And whether it's a big news case and a mysterious death, or if it's just within a slice of our own little lives, we'll continuously fool ourselves and we'll fall asleep at night. And that's enough. That's enough. I mean, on the bright side, all three of the guys' jackets, they flew off the shelves. Thanks, Google Pixel Pro. They screenshotted the picture. They outlined the jacket, all three jackets. And their Google Pixel Pro came back up with where you can buy it. They sold out. And they're probably not going to resupply the demand. Had the guy gone uncaught, maybe they would. But he's caught now. It's over. The shtick's over. They sold out. I'm sure these companies will try to resupply the demand, but then we're like, we already know the guy. He got caught. It all made sense. He was only 230 miles down the road, and he's done. We don't care. We liked it when he didn't have a name, when he was on the run. That's what we liked. We liked when we were in charge of the narrative, but now the narrative has been changed. We don't want any more jackets. You just made a good profit, and now you're going to lose that profit because you resupplied all three jackets. Somebody's going to say, hey, nice jacket. Someone's going to reply, oh, thanks. I wear all my favorite assassins' jackets. I actually wore John Wilkes Booth's out to the opening night of Les Miserables. I like wearing it to the theater. I think it's quirky. I think it's fun. And I wouldn't be able to do it if it weren't for my Google Pixel Pro 9. It's truly a tool. It helps me think less for myself. And now I got 3 jackets that are no longer going to back by popular demand. They're just going to sit. These jacket companies are going to go out of business because they overplayed their hand as well. Today the news broke. They're like, fuck. We thought this guy went out of the country. We all did. We all did. We thought he was going to never be seen again. But he's sloppy. Mostly anybody with a manifesto is sloppy. He had the brawn, he didn't have the brains. But then again, would an incel Trump shooter looking guy have even made it to the McDonald's in Pennsylvania? Probably not. Probably not. It was fun while it lasted. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to get back to a life where CEOs are doing horrible shit. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just how life goes. There will always be a hierarchy, and it's sad. But life is miserable. But life is mundane, miserable, and bleak. And we got to get back to the program. Guys, I will see you in a few days. And I'll rattle off my own manifesto audibly, of course, not written on lined notebook paper. Probably crumpled up, probably has Kit Kat chocolate on it. Maybe some McDonald's Big Mac grease. But nonetheless, I will deliver it audibly. Thank you. Always remember that I am on social media, Afternoon Glory, all one word, no spaces. Definitely give that a follow. I got AI helping me make clips now, so I'm trying to get them at record speed, but unfortunately, I work for the man, and I understand that bills need to be paid, and I can't just up and quit my job and get a Greyhound ticket and take out the people that I want to take out. I don't really want to take out any, if I'm being honest. I think I'm extremely underqualified, and it's out of my pay grade. I'm willing to talk shit. I'm willing to talk shit. So with that being said, I'm going to talk shit saying I'm going to get clips rolling out, but it'll probably be at still a record slow pace. But please follow TikTok, Instagram. So follow that. And I'm trying to upload 3 times a week at about the length of this episode, whatever that ended up being. 29 minutes in raw recording. All right, guys. See ya hopefully Thursday. Thank you.